Hello everybody, my name is Chris and this will be my spoiler review for Loki Season 2 Episode 1. And I gotta say, it was a great episode. I'm very happy with this episode. It intrigued me and it was very interesting from beginning to end. This episode starts off where he basically left off the previous season, but now we found out that what is happening to Loki being turned here and they're going to the past, going to the future, back to the present, and keep repeating that process. It's called time sleeping. So he's time sleeping, but he's not supposed to be. That is not supposed to be possible in the TVA, and they find this out from Obi, played by the amazing Kihui Kwan, and he seems to know like everything there is to know about the TVA for the most part, and it's a cool character. Instantly a favorite. But the episode starts with Loki time sleeping, and when he slides back there, Mobius doesn't even know where he is, and starts off with him getting chased. He's chased by the TVA, and he's like, "It's me, it's Loki," and Mobius is like, "I don't know who you are." So Loki jumps off and lands in somebody's truck, and then it crashes back into the TVA, and they start riding on him and tugging on him and sounding the alarm because he ran into another guy that he thought he knew, but he didn't know him. But here time sleep, and he came back, and when he did, he knew the guy, so he was there. And then after he finally finds Mobius, because Mobius ends up being in a meeting with Hunter B-15 and the high ups, and he comes in and he's trying to explain to him what's going on. You know, he knows who he is at this point, and he takes one of those pruning stick from a guy, S5, and he's like, "Yo, this is what is going on," and put the stick to the wall, and it reveals all these cane faces, and he's like, "This is who's in charge. He built this place. You're all variants, and he wiped your minds, and that's why you don't remember. And by the way, things are going, he wiped your minds more than once." So yeah, this is getting nuts. They're asking a whole crew to stop pruning timelines, are diverging, and they don't understand what's going on. They're getting power surges in the TVA that shouldn't be happening, and he explained to him what happened with him and Sylvie. So they ended up working with OB to basically keep him from time sleeping, and they had to build a device. I believe it is called Tempo Portal. And this is this device to attach it to the time stream, and Loki had to prune himself so that he can be snatched off all the timelines. And I love the part where they're building the device, because Loki is talking to OB in the past while he's in the past talking to OB. OB is talking to Mobius in the present, and he's remembering things. Talking to Loki, and he's talking to him, and he built the device that he needed in the past and hand on to it so they can use it in the future, basically. And it was very cool. So they go to this whole thing, and they gotta snatch Loki out. And when you think it's not going to happen, I mean, he's not going to really make it. I mean, it's the Loki series, so you know what I mean. But they make it look like all hope is lost, and finally, boom, they get it done. It snatches out, and in the process of doing that, Mobius is about to die, also being exposed out there, and Loki saves him at the last minute. And he says that we need to find Sylvie. Now, then we jump into like the end credit scene, and they jump to 1982, and Sylvie is in a branch timeline that is specified here, because that means that it's not supposed to be there according to the old rules of the TVA. And she's in Braxton, Oklahoma, 1982. Now, if you know comics and the name, is because that was the closest town to Thor's New Asgard in the comics. See, the NCU plays New Asgard in Norway, but in the comics it was near Braxton, Oklahoma. And by the way, it was eventually destroyed by the God of Hammer. And that's interesting because if you remember Sylvie in the first season of Loki, she was hiding out in those timelines that were about to be destroyed, so no one can find her. And I believe maybe that was her thinking here. Maybe it's because this timeline doesn't supposed to exist, and maybe it's about to destroy. That's just a theory here, but I mean it makes sense given the history of the character. Now, Sylvie winds up in a McDonald's in 1982, and Sylvie finds herself there asking how this work, and the guy is like, well, you can try this, and start writing out of the menu, chicken nuggets, Big Mac, and she was like, I want to try everything. So I had to say that this was a great first episode. It was intrigue, and I'll say that Loki is a very sophisticated show, and it doesn't exactly feel like the typical NCU. I guess you can say it's still like the Marvel jokes there, but it's more intrigue, it's more cerebral, and has like a mystery to all of that. And that's one of the reasons that I love Loki season 1 so much. So I'm loving how this is starting out, and if they keep the rest of the episodes like this, the whole series is going to be great. And maybe after this I can say like the NCU feels back, because it hasn't been like really consistent after Endgame in terms of the stories they're telling in films and in the series, because I'm really happy with this episode. And now, if you were a fan of the first season of Loki, I think that coming into this season, I think you're going to love this first episode if you haven't seen it yet. But like I said, this is a spoiler review, so, and I can't wait to see what they do with Jonathan Majors, who he remains or can. He's going to be like a big character in this season, and you can instantly know that by the way the first episode opened with his statue like zooming out. And also where Loki was in the room, and he found like a recording of Ken, or He Who Remains, talking to Renslayer. from the first season, and they had a love relationship in the comics, so the source material is there, and I think because of that conversation we're probably going to get this maybe at May or at the end of this season. We have to see. Now, in terms of like when they were going to attach the device in the time portal into the timelines, before that they were OB was talking about all these rules of the TVA. He basically wrote the handbook for the TVA. That was so fun. And but then when they're going to this big door, I feel like it felt like a tease for the S-Men, the way the door was zooming and then open, and like it has like the S. I think that was intentional. So we'll see. I'm not saying we're going to get the S-Men here or Deadpool, although it will be really awesome, but it was just a really nice tease to be have here, especially in the first episode. So that's my spoiler review for Loki season 2 episode 1. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, say subscribe to the channel, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.